According to the National Electrical Code, the end of a recreational vehicle's shore power cord must be molded and not screwed together. The NEC states in Section 551.10b that the power supply cord shall be permanently attached to the recreational vehicle at one end by a molded-on attachment plug. The attachment plug shall be of the locking type with the configuration as specified in 551.10 bone. In addition, the NEC also states in Section 551.10c that the free end of the power supply cord shall be terminated with a molded-on plug cap. These requirements are in place to ensure the safety and reliability of the electrical connection between the recreational vehicle and the shore power source. Molded-on ends are less likely to come loose or cause electrical arcing than screw-together ends, which can pose a fire hazard. If replacing the end of a recreational vehicle shore power cord, it is important to use a molded-on replacement end. Screw-together ends are not allowed by the NEC and should not be used. Section 551 covers recreational vehicles and recreational vehicle parks. It provides specific requirements for the electrical systems in recreational vehicles, including wiring methods, overcurrent protection, grounding, and receptacles. This section aims to ensure the safe installation and operation of electrical equipment in recreational vehicles. Section 551.10 specifically addresses the power supply requirements for recreational vehicles. This includes details about the power supply cord, attachment plugs, and receptacles used to connect the recreational vehicle to an external power source. The purpose of these requirements is to establish a standardized and safe method for connecting recreational vehicles to shore power. The molded-on attachment plug is a critical safety feature. It provides a secure and reliable connection between the recreational vehicle's electrical system and the external power source. Molded plugs are designed to withstand the rigors of outdoor use and are less susceptible to damage or loosening compared to screw-together connections. The locking type configuration further enhances safety by preventing accidental disconnection, which could lead to power interruptions or electrical hazards. The requirement for a molded-on plug cap on the free end of the power supply cord serves several important functions. Firstly, it protects the electrical contacts from exposure to moisture, dirt, and other environmental elements. This helps prevent corrosion and ensures a reliable electrical connection. Secondly, the molded-on design provides a secure and durable termination point, minimizing the risk of loose wires or accidental disconnection. Thirdly, it reduces the potential for electrical shock by fully insulating the electrical contacts. The primary concern with using screw-together ends is the potential for loose connections. Over time, the screws can loosen due to vibration, temperature changes, or physical strain on the cord. A loose connection creates resistance in the electrical circuit, which can lead to overheating and electrical arcing. Electrical arcing is a dangerous phenomenon that occurs when electricity jumps across a gap in the circuit. This can generate intense heat and potentially ignite nearby flammable materials, posing a significant fire hazard. Molded-on ends, on the other hand, are manufactured as a single, integrated unit. This eliminates the possibility of loose connections and provides a more reliable and durable electrical connection. The molding process encases the electrical conductors in a protective layer of insulation, further reducing the risk of electrical shock and fire. When replacing a recreational vehicle shore power cord end, it is crucial to select a molded-on replacement end that meets the specifications outlined in the NEC. Ensure that the replacement end is of the correct amperage and voltage rating for the recreational vehicle's electrical system. It is also important to choose a replacement end that is listed by a recognized testing laboratory such as Underwriters Laboratories or ETL. This listing indicates that the replacement end has been tested and certified to meet applicable safety standards. Installing a screw-together end on a recreational vehicle shore power cord is a violation of the NEC and can create a dangerous electrical hazard. Electrical inspectors have the authority to reject installations that do not comply with the code, and insurance companies may deny coverage in the event of a fire or other electrical incident if non-compliant components are used. In summary, the NEC requires the use of molded-on ends for recreational vehicle shore power cords to ensure a safe and reliable electrical connection. Molded-on ends are less prone to loose connections and electrical arcing compared to screw-together ends, which can pose a fire hazard. When replacing a shore power cord end, it is essential to use a molded-on replacement end that meets the applicable safety standards. Always consult with a qualified electrician if you have any questions or concerns about the electrical system in recreational vehicles. Understanding the National Electrical Code requirements for recreational vehicle shore power cords is essential for ensuring the safety of recreational vehicle occupants and preventing electrical hazards. By adhering to these requirements, recreational vehicle owners can enjoy the convenience of shore power without compromising safety. The use of molded-on ends provides a secure and reliable electrical connection, minimizing the risk of electrical shock, fire, and other potential hazards. Always prioritize safety when working with electrical systems and consult with a qualified electrician if any doubts or concerns arise. Recreational vehicles often utilize different types of shore power connections depending on their electrical needs. Common configurations include 30 amps, 120 volts, and 50 amps, 120 volts/240 volts. Each configuration requires a specific type of plug and receptacle to ensure proper and safe operation. The 30 amps, 120 volts connection is commonly found in smaller recreational vehicles and is typically used to power basic appliances and electrical systems. The 50 amps 120 volts/240 volts connection is used in larger recreational vehicles with more demanding electrical loads such as air conditioners, electric water heaters, and multiple appliances. When connecting a recreational vehicle to shore power, it is essential to use the correct type of adapter if the available receptacle does not match the recreational vehicle's plug. Using the wrong adapter can overload the electrical system or create a dangerous electrical hazard. Always consult the recreational vehicle's owner's manual and a qualified electrician to determine the appropriate shore power connection and adapter for the specific recreational vehicle. In addition to the power supply cord requirements, the NEC also addresses other aspects of recreational vehicle electrical systems, such as wiring methods, current protection, grounding, and receptacles. These requirements are designed to ensure the safe and reliable operation of all electrical components within the recreational vehicle. Wiring methods must comply with the NEC general requirements for electrical wiring and must be suitable for the environmental conditions in which the recreational vehicle will be used. Overcurrent protection devices, such as circuit breakers and fuses, must be installed to protect the electrical system from overloads and short circuits. Grounding is essential for preventing electrical shock and ensuring the safe operation of electrical equipment. Receptacles must be of the correct type and rating for the appliances and equipment they will serve. Regular inspection and maintenance of the recreational vehicle's electrical system is crucial for identifying and addressing potential problems before they become safety hazards. Check the power supply cord for any signs of damage such as cracks, cuts, or frayed wires. Inspect the attachment plugs and receptacles for corrosion or loose connections. Test the ground fault circuit interrupter GFCI's receptacles to ensure they are functioning properly. Replace any damaged or worn components immediately. The NEC is a comprehensive set of standards that covers a wide range of electrical installations, including those in recreational vehicles. Staying informed about the NEC requirements and adhering to them is essential for ensuring the safety of recreational vehicle occupants and preventing electrical hazards. Always consult with a qualified electrician for any electrical work on recreational vehicles and to ensure compliance with the NEC. The NEC is updated on a 3-year cycle to reflect advancements in technology and address emerging safety concerns. Staying current with the latest edition of the NEC is important for ensuring that electrical installations are safe and compliant. The NEC is available for purchase from the National Fire Protection Association, NFPA, and other organizations. Many jurisdictions also adopt the NEC as part of their local building codes. The authority having jurisdiction, OJ, is responsible for enforcing the NEC and other applicable codes and standards. The HA may be a local building inspector, fire marshal, or other official. It is important to consult with the AHA to determine the specific requirements for electrical installations in a given area. In addition to the NEC, other standards and regulations may also apply to recreational vehicle electrical systems. These may include standards from organizations such as Underwriters Laboratories, AL, and the Recreational Vehicle Industry Association, RVIR. These standards address specific aspects of recreational vehicle design and construction, including electrical safety. Compliance with these standards is often required for recreational vehicles to be certified and sold. Understanding the various standards and regulations that apply to recreational vehicle electrical systems can be complex. It is always best to consult with a qualified electrician and the AHA to ensure compliance with all applicable requirements. Proper electrical safety practices are essential for preventing accidents and injuries in recreational vehicles. Always disconnect the power supply cord before performing any electrical work. Use caution when working with electricity, and never touch bare wires or terminals. Avoid overloading electrical circuits, and use extension cords sparingly. Keep electrical equipment dry and away from water. Teach children about electrical safety, and supervise them when they are around electrical equipment. By following these safety practices, recreational vehicle owners can minimize the risk of electrical hazards and ensure a safe and enjoyable experience. In conclusion, the NEC requires the use of molded-on ends for recreational vehicle shore power cords to ensure a safe and reliable electrical connection. Molded-on ends are less prone to loose connections and electrical arcing compared to screw-together ends, which can pose a fire hazard. When replacing a shore power cord end, it is essential to use a molded-on replacement end that meets the applicable safety standards. Always consult with a qualified electrician if questions or concerns arise about the electrical system in recreational vehicles. Understanding the NEC requirements and following proper electrical safety practices are crucial for protecting recreational vehicle occupants from electrical hazards. The specific requirements for shore power cords and connections are outlined in Article 551 of the National Electrical Code. This article provides detailed instructions on the types of cords, plugs, and receptacles that must be used to ensure safe and reliable power connections for recreational vehicles. It's essential to consult this article for specific guidance on selecting and installing the correct components. The NEC also specifies the ampacity of the shore power cord, which is the maximum amount of current the cord can safely carry. The ampacity must be sufficient to handle the electrical load of the recreational vehicle. Overloading the cord can cause it to overheat and potentially start a fire. Always refer to the recreational vehicle's electrical load calculations and the NEC tables to determine the appropriate ampacity for the shore power cord. The type of insulation used in the shore power cord is also regulated by the NEC. The insulation must be suitable for the environmental conditions in which the cord will be used, such as exposure to sunlight, moisture, and temperature extremes. The NEC specifies the types of insulation that are acceptable for use in recreational vehicle shore power cords. The length of the shore power cord is also subject to limitations under the NEC. The code restricts the length of the cord to prevent excessive voltage drop, which can impair the performance of electrical equipment and create a safety hazard. The NEC provides guidance on the maximum allowable length of shore power cords based on their ampacity and voltage. The NEC also addresses the proper grounding of recreational vehicle electrical systems. Grounding is essential for preventing electrical shock and ensuring the safe operation of electrical equipment. The code specifies the methods that must be used to ground the recreational vehicle's electrical system, including the use of grounding electrodes and bonding conductors. The NEC requires the use of ground fault circuit interrupter, GFCI, protection for certain receptacles in recreational vehicles, particularly those located in wet or damp locations, such as bathrooms and kitchens. GFCI protection helps to prevent electrical shock by detecting ground faults and quickly interrupting the flow of electricity. The NEC also requires the use of arc fault circuit interrupter, (AFSI) protection for certain circuits in recreational vehicles, particularly those that serve bedrooms and living areas. AFSI protection helps to prevent fires by detecting arc faults, which are dangerous electrical conditions that can ignite flammable materials. The NEC also addresses the proper installation of receptacles in recreational vehicles. Receptacles must be securely mounted and protected from damage. The code specifies the minimum height at which receptacles must be installed and the types of receptacles that are permitted in different locations. The NEC also requires the use of tamper-resistant receptacles in certain areas of recreational vehicles, particularly those in which children are likely to be present. Tamper-resistant receptacles have internal shutters that prevent the insertion of foreign objects, such as paper clips or keys, which can cause electrical shock. The NEC also addresses the proper installation of lighting fixtures in recreational vehicles. Lighting fixtures must be securely mounted and protected from damage. The code specifies the types of lighting fixtures that are permitted in different locations and the minimum clearances that must be maintained around lighting fixtures. The NEC also requires the use of energy-efficient lighting fixtures in recreational vehicles to conserve energy and reduce operating costs. The NEC also addresses the proper installation of appliances in recreational vehicles. Appliances must be securely mounted and connected to the electrical system in accordance with the manufacturer's instructions. The code specifies the types of appliances that are permitted in recreational vehicles and the requirements for their electrical connections. The NEC also requires the use of appliance connectors that are listed for use in recreational vehicles. These connectors are designed to withstand the rigors of mobile use and provide a secure and reliable electrical connection. The NEC also addresses the proper installation of generators in recreational vehicles. Generators must be installed in accordance with the manufacturer's instructions and must be properly grounded. The code specifies the types of generators that are permitted in recreational vehicles and the requirements for their electrical connections. The NEC also requires the use of transfer switches to prevent backfeeding of electricity into the utility grid when a generator is in use. The NEC also addresses the proper installation of solar power systems in recreational vehicles. Solar power systems must be installed in accordance with the manufacturer's instructions and must be properly grounded. The code specifies the types of solar panels and inverters that are permitted in recreational vehicles and the requirements for their electrical connections. The NEC also requires the use of overcurrent protection devices to protect the solar power system from overloads and short circuits. The NEC also addresses the proper labeling of electrical equipment in recreational vehicles. Electrical equipment must be clearly labeled with its voltage, amperage, and other important information. The code specifies the types of labels that are required and their placement in the equipment. The NEC also requires the use of warning labels to alert users to potential electrical hazards. The NEC is a complex and comprehensive document, and it is essential to consult with a qualified electrician to ensure that all electrical work in recreational vehicles is performed in accordance with the code. Failure to comply with the NEC can result in serious electrical hazards and potential legal consequences. Regular inspections of the electrical system are highly recommended to ensure the safety and compliance. The inspection will check for any loose connection, damaged or deteriorated components, and ensure that the system is properly grounded and protected. The inspection should be performed by a qualified professional and any issues found should be corrected immediately. If unsure on any step, always consult a licensed electrician.